Hey guys, welcome to Stop Being the Best Kept Secret. Damon, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing great, Curt. Ready to go.
Hey, man, we have a lot to cover in a short period of time. You ready? You ready to rock and roll? Did you get a good night's sleep? You good?
Let's get after this with intensity.
Let's get. You know what? I like that. Let's get intensity going. So,
Yeah.
all right, today we're talking about AI digital marketing strategies for manufacturers. In particular, there's this little word, this phrase I absolutely love. I'm going to take zero credit for it. As a matter of fact, I have two books sitting right here. It's Niching Down Till It Hurts. And for every entrepreneur out there, if you haven't read this book, I was just with a client this morning. I'm like, this is really,
it's a great book.
It's this is a must read if you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
The E-Myth by Michael Gerber. Strongly encourage you, check this out. This is the first time I ever heard Niche Down Till It Hurts was from this gentleman here. And another phenomenal book. The guys that have right here, 37 Signals, Jason Fried and Rework. These guys talk about niching down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, two great books right there, and like focusing on niching down till it hurts. And when people, if you hear that for the first time, I remember I shared that with Dory Clark one time, and Dory was like, Curt, I love that phrase. However, people don't want to be in pain, right? So let's spin this into a positive, Damon. Like, talk about some of the positive things when you really focus and niche down till it hurts so good. Let's go there.
Yeah. Well, I think when the initial reaction is, if you only want to service this type of really perfect customer, that I might be missing other customers, right? That's everybody thinks that when at first, and it is true, because you won't service some of the customers that you would if you tried to do a bigger reach,
right?
But the customers that you do get are going to be better customers, longer lasting customers, and happier, because what you do really hits to their heart of what they need, and that's the difference, I think, in it. When we first look at it, we go, oh, wow, we want to do, everything for everyone because we could. But when you realize it and you go down business, you're going to find that, we took that customer, but we really didn't give them the value we could if they would have been this kind of customer.
Right.
And that's great that you had that customer, but I've often seen that turn out with that customer is not quite as happy as they could be either.
Right.
And you really have to understand that effect over the long term.
Right. And I think you're hitting on the head right there, where you get into with a customer like, man, I'm going to crush it. Hey, we're going to try something new, something different, because here's the pushback. Here's, play a little bit of devil's advocate is, how do you know your next great service, your next great solution, unless you stretch yourself or get out of your comfort zone? But man, as long as you stay, so if we're a restaurant and we're cooking, man, we got the best burger in town, doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to make the best sushi in town.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And I think really when we're talking about niching down, what it will allow you to do is, if I like your example, if I'm really, really good at burgers, what's the best thing that I could offer with a burger?
Right.
Is it kind of a unique fry situation?
Right.
Is it some other kind of unique addition to the burger? Maybe we make potato salad and nobody else covers potato salad in it.
Right.
But just get a few really cool things. I mean, we have Five Guys here, and one of the things that they have is they have the roasted peanuts at the door. You just load them up and wait while you're waiting. You never worry about waiting because you got some peanuts to eat. There's just so many things around what you do when you're niching down on that perfect customer and really know them, because if they didn't know their customer, they didn't know that their customer would really like and appreciate that.
Right.
They would have made a big mistake.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember years ago, the first time my wife and I went to Five Guys, we're like, hey, we each get a fry. The woman she was like, no, you just need one fry.
You just need one. Yeah.
Right. So, again, focusing on what your best is, so if we're crushing on the grill. So when my daughter was young, what she would love at Five Guys? She loved their grilled cheese because, they got the grill going. Well, hey, if we can make a burger, we can make she always claimed they made one of the best grilled cheese when she was a little girl. So, again, staying in that lane, being laser focused, how can we diversify, but staying in a niche? We're big dog lovers. Do you like dogs, Stephen?
A little bit.
It's like its own like borderline obsession, right? So it's probably almost like borderline unhealthy, but we're huge dog fanatics, right? So just think about this, right? think about the dog that kind of represents you. Do you want like a small, tiny dog? Do you want a giant Saint Bernard? Do you want something in the middle? Like that dog kind of represents you, your family, what's a good fit for you, maybe your neighbors, that type of thing, right? What kind of dog do you have, Damon?
We have a Westie.
You have a Westie, right? So you niche down, though you're a dog lover, you got a Westie, right?
Yep.
I just got a brand new dog, totally different breed for us. We were always a Rottweiler family. We left, man, it like breaks my heart. We left the Rottweiler. We just got like a little English bulldog, right? So, all right, what on earth does this have to do with niching down till it hurts? It's like, it's that mantra speaks to you and your wife. That type of dog fits you, right? This type of dog is fit, it's like we're going through the whole puppy thing right now. I'll let you know how it goes, but it's like laser focus on that. I can't, I don't have a little tiny, right now he's a little puppy guy, right? Little tiny guy, but being focused on like what you do best, to me, it's almost like the dog situation. I don't know. What do you think? What do you?
Oh, I think it is. I think it is. Because, if you want to really speak to someone and you want to, and you are you say a Westie, you provide products that Westies work out with Westies really well, or work out with English Bulldogs really well, or a big breed of dog really well.
Right.
You can get into that and really speak to those people. I mean, a big dog, right? Your dog before, I've got some friends that have, the massive dogs too, it's like they can relate to buying big amounts of food and big amount of cleanup in the yard and all that kind of stuff. Whereas someone with a 25-pound dog or a even smaller 30-pound dog, 40-pound dog, that's not nearly a concern as it is for a big dog. Or even just, how the heck do you walk a 150-pound dog, right? How do you walk them without them just tearing you down? Do you have like a special harness to hold on? And that's what I'm doing. So there's so many differences in the way that in the way you could niche down into, this is where our product or service really fits.
Yep. So focusing on your core strengths, what's a good fit for you? And I was thinking about the dog, and now I knew we were coming to this great conversation today, and I love the dogs. We're going through like the whole puppy training thing, and my neighborhood is just full of dogs up and down the street all over. And neighbor 2 doors down, like 2 huge Newfoundlands, neighbor across the street, they've got dogs similar to like your little Odin. Guy across the street, he has a lab, every, person next door, 2 different, like every person has a different dog that kind of represents them, right? And it fits them, fits their family, fits their needs, their personality. I'm hoping that analogy spoke to me, so I'm hoping this speaks to folks.
Yeah. I think it does. I think it, and before this, I had a hunting dog years ago, and it's a completely different type of products and services you need for something like that. And it really speaking to them. It's just like any business.
Right. So So take it now that for our dog lovers out there, hope that's sung to you or spoke your love language, diving into, think about the dog that you have and how that just really, and because the thing is, like, if your dog's a customer, right? Like this is what works. So we have a little, Damon, we got a new software tool that came out?
Yes, we do. We have what is called the digital game plan right here.
So Damon and I have this new software tool that we have come out. And, as we're talking about AI strategies for, especially digital marketing strategies for manufacturers, one of the very first things is, from a successful marketing standpoint is as Damon said, we don't want to be everything to everybody. We want to be something to someone. I just listened to a phenomenal interview with the guy that founded Raising Cane's. And he's like, what's your craveable solution? Man, I thought that was just such a great expression. What's your craveable solution that customers just love? Well, what you're looking at here on our little digital game plan is we love to focus on your core strengths first and foremost, right? What are you absolutely best at? And so this is a client that we've been working with for years. And so, Damon, let's talk a little bit why focusing on those core strengths will help us get in tune with niching down till it hurts.
Well, those strengths are what your ideal customers really value. And when you understand those and you find those customers that really value them, you can find other customers that will really value those same things.
Right. Exactly. So, like, for example, let's take a couple things that I love with these guys. Education, content, leadership. We constantly preach, how do you out teach the competition as opposed to how
Hmm.
do you outspend? And so this little tool, it's an AI tool. What it does is it reads a company, goes to their website, pulls out a bunch of information. What I also love here, they are deeply committed to everything that they make is made in USA. So that's a huge approach for them.
Hmm.
And then they've got innovative online tools. So they have an estimator, they have a
Yep.
quote builder. So like this stuff is this is really their bragging rights, if you will. And if hey, it's not bragging if you can back it up. Is that what they say, Damon? Is that how that goes?
Yes.
So
Yes, it is.
again, so what they're before they used to label themselves as a contract manufacturer. What do you do? Well, we're a contract manufacturer. Now they started really leaning in, niching down into that wire harness assembly space, and in particular like ground straps, ground wires. So they're trying to be the authority in those topics. I'm not giving away any secret sauce, because like that, you go to their website, that's what they're speaking. That's their whole jam,
Mhm.
is like diving into those solutions and leaning heavy into it. Now, Damon, when you lean heavy into it, that really guides and helps, that becomes your keyword strategy, right?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And we've got a comment here from Patrick Seaton. Looks good.
Hey, let's pull that up. Hey, Patrick, happy Monday to you, my friend. Open for clients, he says. Knowing what your niche is and what it is not are both important. Drop the mic, Patrick. Thank you for that awesome comment.
Yes.
Love to connect with you on LinkedIn, Patrick. And again, thank you. Any other comments out there, drop those in there. Hey,
Yes.
Damon, I'm keeping us. We're going to start winding down. Anything as we're talking about these digital marketing strategies, especially using AI. Okay, so like AI digital marketing strategies for manufacturers, in particular, laser focus. How do you niche down till it hurts? Focus on those core strengths, and it's just going to move your marketing needle so much further. Parting thoughts, words of wisdom. What do you want to share today?
Yeah, just resist the temptation to be everything to everyone. I mean, you said it before, Curt. You're nothing to no one when you try to be everything to everyone, and
Yep.
It's no different in life, right? You're not ice cream. You're not friends with everyone. That's the way it is. Understand where you're really appreciated, and stay there, right? I mean, listen. You hear it and people talk about personal development. They talk about leadership. They talk a lot of places. It's like, hey, if they're not the right people around you at the right time, then you need to change that. It's no different than this. You need to niche down in your business until it hurts, because you will have the right customers around you when that happens.
Get those craveable solutions. So, okay, we're going to stop sharing. So thank you, Patrick. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah.
Thank you for everybody out there. You're catching us on a replay. We appreciate you more than you can possibly imagine. My name's Curt. Got my dear buddy Damon here. Connect with both of us on LinkedIn. We'd love to hear what you have going on. Damon, I think we have a little newsletter going out there. Do you want to share about our newsletter?
Yeah, we got the Secret Sauce newsletter that comes out every Thursday, dripping with goodness.
Dripping with goodness. We've got a webinar tomorrow that we're doing at IMAC. That's the Illinois Manufacturing Extension Partnership.
Yep.
We have all sorts of wonderful information. Check out B2B Tail. We have tons and tons of free information. And I'll tell you, Amy on our team has just gone completely wild with content about SEO. Any question that you have about SEO, we have content about that for manufacturers.
Yep.
So again, connect with us on LinkedIn. We'd love to catch you down the road, and check out our newsletter, and we will see you. Damon, we're back here Friday, whether you like it or not.
Yes, we are.
All right. Guys, have a great, amazing rest of your week. God bless you. Keep crushing it, and we will catch you soon.
Thanks, everyone.